It's 7:30 a.m. Officer Michael O'Neill with Ingham County Animal Control is just arriving to the shelter to report for duty. The shelter is still quiet as the majority of the staff have not yet had to report for work, but Officer O'Neill, serving a community of approximately 300,000 citizens and responding to over 2,000 calls annually, is already preparing for the shift that lay ahead. Officer O'Neill, a 3-year veteran with the department, straps his body armor on to begin the day, which sets as a reminder of the often thought of but rarely spoken dangers of his profession. As he walks down the still dark hallway to his office, more reminders are displayed of the mental and physical demands of the job, including remembering those who have previously given their lives in the line of duty as animal control officers. With the sun barely yet rising, Officer O'Neill is already gearing up for the next 8 hours, not knowing what his shift may have in store for him, but he is prepared and ready to respond to any type of call if an animal or citizen is in need.
Adam, Charles 6.
Good.
Be clear of the shelter.
Yeah, clear.
I'm Officer O'Neill with Ingham County Animal Control. I've been an animal control officer with Ingham County for almost 3 years now. Prior to being in animal control, I was active duty in the Air Force as security forces, essentially a military police officer, which really gave me the experience needed to do this job and dealing with the public and dealing with people on a daily basis. The thing I like most about being an animal control officer would be educating the public. That's 90% of our job is just educating the public and giving them the tools needed to care for their animals correctly. One of the worst parts about the job would be when we're having to seize animals for welfare and neglect. Adam, Charles 6 will be out at Pacific Pride getting fuel. You show me clear of Pacific Pride, and I'll be en route to Greater Lansing Veterinary Clinic. Right now we're on our way to Greater Lansing Veterinary Care to check out an injured cat. We were called by them that they had received an injured cat with a head injury. And typically as animal control, we don't pick up stray cats. But being that it needs further vet care and it is a stray, the veterinary clinic has asked us to pick up the cat to transport back to our shelter so that it can be cared for by our veterinary staff. So when did the cat come in?
The cat came in yesterday and was brought in by just a stranger that found it on the road.
Okay. Is there anything important for us to pass on to our vet?
I don't think so, really. He hasn't been on. No, I don't think so. We've just been giving him pain medications here, but I don't think he's going with anything.
Now that we've picked up the cat from Greater Lansing Vet Clinic, I'm just inputting the information into the computer and creating a animal ID. That way we have a running identification of the animal that we're bringing in. Also, they had stated there that they had scanned it for a microchip, which is great. But we'll double check that when we get it back to the shelter to do an intake. We'll also have it examined by our vet to see what kind of specialty care it needs. So when I first looked into being an animal control officer, I thought of what most people think of as a dog catcher. Every Disney movie has the dog catcher being the villain. There's just so many misconceptions surrounding animal control that the public needs to understand that our main job isn't to go out and catch people's dogs. It's actually the opposite of that. That we're trying to reunite the dogs with the owners, and when we are picking them up, we're just trying to keep them safe. Some of the other misconceptions, euthanasia being one. Most people think that at the shelter we get full, we euthanize animals, and that's hardly the case. Obviously, there's the cases where an animal is badly injured to the point where it's suffering and it needs to be humanely euthanized. The other reason would be for aggression. If the dog's really, really aggressive, then it's not going to be able to be adopted out or rehomed. Then we may have to euthanize in that case as well. We just arrived back to the shelter with the injured cat. We're going to get it inside, conduct an intake on it, scan it for a microchip, and have our animal care staff and veterinary staff take a look at it. It is from Greater Lansing Veterinary Center. It was found in the road with some trauma.
Around some steroids and some other pain meds, and
Right now we're on our way out to investigate a complaint regarding some cows in a lean-to structure. The complainant says that the cows are in feces up to their chest. We have been out to this address several other times, and the cows have been healthy every time that we've went out. They've had everything they need as far as food and water, and their condition being what kind of cows they are. They're dairy cows. For some people, they may look like they're skinny. They're actually adolescent dairy cows, so they're gonna have prominent hip bones showing in their back end, which is completely normal for this type of cows. So we're just gonna go out, make sure nothing's changed, make sure the cows are still healthy and that they have everything they need and that they're not in feces up to their chest. As we stated before, the call was about the cows being in feces up to their chest. You can see under the lean-to portion, there is a large pile of feces. However, if the cows go in there, that's their choice. They do have the ability to escape that, and they all look very healthy. So aside from the animal control dog catcher mantra that we have, I mean, obviously, yes, we do have times where we have to go pick up animals and chase dogs that are running loose for their safety. But there's also many other things that we do, from animal cruelty investigations, investigating neglect and abandonment. We do search warrants on houses for unsanitary conditions. We have to testify in court for everything from misdemeanors to felonies related to animal abuse or severe neglect. Right now we're rushing out to a call that we just got in about a pit bull that's running loose. They know where the pit bull lives, but apparently the owner's not home yet, and it is acting aggressively. It lunged at the complainant. So for the safety of the community and the safety of the dog, we're going to get out there as quick as we can, try to locate the dog, and either get it back into its yard or home if possible. And if not, then we'll have to impound the dog.
Is that gate open?
Uh-huh.
The pit bull back there.
Okay. What?
Then he ran back in the yard, I think.
And nobody's home right
I
now?
don't think so.
Okay.
The gate's open.
control.
My dog's all right. Hear me?
Yep. Dog's friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I know.
I don't know.
I've seen the dog. Seen the dog before.
Oh, no, I've been.
So apparently the gate was open and the dog was running loose.
That's
So,
wrong. No. There's another dog looks just like her.
okay.
Down at the corner. I seen him this morning. Yes.
Okay.
She's no. She's been with me in the truck. Nope. You can tell it. She got the collar and all. That's no. That dog.
Okay.
That dog ain't going nowhere around me.
So you're saying she didn't get
no,
out?
No.
Okay.
No. I keep close eye on this one.
People that have called saying that she was running loose and then she just ran into the gate.
No way.
The gate was open.
No. You see the gate was closed.
No, it was open.
Well,
was
I let
just
her
now
out-
open
I,
when
I let her out to go to the potty.
Okay. She
Oh,
may
that-
she may have
Okay,
ran out.
but I do not let her out of sight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why when I
all right.
came up, the gate was like actually this one was open.
Was it?
So I went to close that just to keep her in there. And then
Really?
I heard you. So
He must when he left this morning. He must have left it open. Yeah, he said my helper.
have you gotten her license?
Yeah. She
Okay,
she
she's all
went to
good.
dog pound, man. She went to dog pound.
Yes.
And it cost me before I seen you.
Okay. Yep. And you did have the current license.
Yes.
Okay.
It cost me $210 or $185. I got her chipped. On the
Okay. Just make sure you keep her in the yard, and I'll
Oh, when I seen that thing, I said, "Oh no, you got to get two of them. You got to take us both."
Yeah, I'm just gonna double check, make sure I know her license is good. I'll just
Yep.
double check
Oh,
that.
actually,
and then
I can go get them for you.
well, that's fine. I can look it up right in the truck.
Okay,
So.
Xena's her name.
Xena. Yep. All right.
With an X, like
All
the
right.
Princess Warrior.
All right. Perfect.
Get right, Stinkler.
Thank you very
Come
much.
on,
I
Corey.
appreciate it.
All right, come on, hey.
Go on, Xena.
Come on, you don't want to go down here, man. That's like you're gonna sleep on a mat. Come on.
All right. Just checked with the animal owner. It sounds like the gate to the backyard was open. The dog may have gotten loose. We don't have a lot of history of the dog getting loose here, so just gave him a verbal warning. Make sure that he keeps his dog in the yard and under his control per the county ordinance. He said his dog's up to date on licensing, and I believe that's correct from the last time I came out, but I'm just going to double check real quick. But he does have a current license. Dog's up to date. Closing the gate, keeping the dog in the backyard, we'll be good to go and close this out. We got very lucky with that last call. Everything worked out very well in the sense that the dog wasn't aggressive. It was a friendly dog. The owner was home. He was able to close the gate to confine the dog. And in some situations, it doesn't end up like that. When you arrive at a house, all you know is there's a possible aggressive dog with an open gate. Yes, the dog could be in the backyard, but as soon as you walk up and the gate's open, the dog could charge you, being protective of its own property. And the biggest danger of our job isn't always the animals and them being aggressive. A lot of times it's the animal owners. We deal with all types of people on any given day. Could be dealing with violent people, animal owners under the influence, or in cases where we may have to take the animals are like their children, so they're obviously not going to be willing just to give us their animals, and that can be a very dangerous position that we place ourselves in when dealing with those types of people. Hopefully that gives an idea of what we do as animal control officers here at Ingham County Animal Control. Each day is different. Some days at the end we're sad, worn out. Other days we're happy, and with the outcomes of the day. So we're back here at the shelter. I'm going to finish up some paperwork and then go home for the day.
As Officer O'Neill's 8-hour shift comes to a close, he and his fellow officers can rest easy knowing that they have made it through another shift safely, while still ready and willing to put themselves in harm's way for the citizens and animals of Ingham County. While today was a good day for Officer O'Neill, he remembers that his next cruelty case is only a phone call away, and he, along with his fellow officers, remain ready to respond at a moment's notice. If you would like to find out how you can further assist Ingham County Animal Control and Shelter by volunteering or donating, visit us online at www.ac.ingham.org or call our office at 517-676-8370.